Hey, welcome back once again, and in the previous video we have learned about the C character set along with the tokens. So here in this video we are going to learn instructions in the C programs. So what basically the four type of the instruction that we use in the C program. First is the declaration instructions. So declaration instruction mean to say that sometimes we have to create the variables there, sometimes we have to create the function, we have to sometimes create the structures there. So how to declare them and how to that is called as the type declaration instruction. Then we have to give the input. Sometimes we have to get the input from the keyboard in order to execute the program, and some we have to display the output process to output on the output device. So for that we have to give some input and output instructions in the C program. Then we have to do some arithmetic operations on the variables or while in the program. So we for that we use arithmetic instructions. Then we are having the control instruction in the program, like we have to control the flow of program. If this thing happen, then this has to be there, and if this thing happen, if this that has to be there. For that we have to use the control instructions. So basically while writing the C program we have to undergo with these four type of instructions there. So first of all we will take with the type declaration instructions along with the input and output instructions. So in our first program we have used the output instruction there, like we have used the printf function. Using that we have displayed some message on the output device. So sometimes we have to read the data from the keyboard. So we want user to give input for the computer to get the output. So for that we have mostly use the input from there. So for that we have to use the input instructions. Then sometime we have to perform operations. So for that we will use arithmetic instruction, and to control the flow of the program we have to use the control instruction. So here we are going to do with the declaration instruction. So first is variables in C that we have to understand. So the type instruction used to declare the type of the variable in C program. C program supports number of data type in itself. So basically there are four types. We can say that first one is called the primary data type, second is the user defined data type, third is the derived data type, and fourth is the empty data set. So here we have to understand the primary data type here in this video, and also we will deal with the primary data type and derived data type in the later stages. So primary data type if we have to understand this, that is inbuilt in C language. Okay, that is inbuilt in the C language, whereas the user defined data type is data type that is defined by the user for its own convenience. And derived data type is the data type that is derived from the primary data type. If you modify your existing primary data type, and from that you will derive your own data type, that is called as the derived data type. And that derived data type we will learn while we will do like enum, structures, functions, and pointers, all that. So first we will deal with the primary data type. There is the four basic primary data type is available in the C. That is integer, that is denoted by int mostly, that is used to store the whole number integer value. Character data type denoted as char, is used to store character data type, whereas the floating point is used to store the real number or decimal values, that is denoted by float. And double precision of float point. Double precision of float point means if we are having the data that is having the size double of the float, then we have to use the double data type, and that is denoted by double. Now this is further can be of many type, like integer. If we talk about integer can be short, long, small, signed or unsigned. That can be for the same way with the float and double also. So first of all we will take a look at the integer data type. So the range of int data type is from between this value to this value, and this is used to store the whole number value. Integer data type is used to store the whole number value. And this range also depends upon the computer, that is which operating system your computer is having or its architecture. It's 8-bit or 16-bit or 32-bit or 64-bit. According to that, it will having the size of the data also. Then floating point or float data type, that is used to store the decimal or fractional value. Okay, that is used to store the decimal or fractional value, and its size is almost the double of the integer value, and it's also depend upon the width of the computer. Then char data type, that char data type is single single character is defined as char data type. Okay, and characters are usually stored in 8 bits, that is 8 bits are equal to 1 byte. So we can see that one character is equal to 1 byte. So its range also start from minus of 122 plus of 127, or if we move it or we can specify its range from 0 to 255 if we don't use negative over there. Then after this is coming as type declaration. Then after there is another data type, that is double. Double is also used for the floating point, but if the size of the floating point is larger than the float, then in that case we can use a double. So now we have to further go with the type declaration. How we can make the type declaration? Here in the type declaration, what we have to do, we have to specify the data type. Now which type of the data we wanted to store. Welcome back once again. And so what we have to do, we have to simply first give the data type. Data type mean to say that which type of data we wanted to store, either integer. If we wanted to store the whole number value, then we have to use int data type. If we have to store the fractional decimal value, then we have to use either float or double, depend upon the size. Or if we wanted to store the alphanumerical data, alphabetical data, then we have to use the char data type. So how to declare the data type? Then we have to give the data type, then we have to give the name of the variables like this way. So here we see b1, b2 and up to so on. B and are the name of the variable and data type. So if we see example int a, so here is what int is the data type and a is the name of the variable. Here if we see, we have written char first. So here is what char is our data type, whereas the first is the name of the variable. And then the next example, what we have written float, then percentage comma average. So what we have done, we have declared two variables here. Then we can also declare the two variable in a single line. If we see here, we have declared a single variable. Here we also have declared a single variable. Here we have declared the two variable. So all the variable is when we have to declare more than one variable in a single line, they have to be separated by the comma. And all the variable is having the same data type. If we see over here, the percent and the abc, they both had the same data type, that is float. Then after this is declaring the data type. First of all, sometimes we have to assign the value to the variables. Okay, so here in this we see, if this we see mostly in the mathematics we call it as equal to, but here in this case of language like C or most of the language, this is operator is called as the assignment operator. So if we have written a is equal to 12, it means to say that here our a variable will store a value that is 12. So 12 value is assigned to the variable a. If we see ch1 is equal to d, so single character is here, so d is a so it has to be enclosed in the single quotes. So it means ch1 variable is assigned a value that is character d. Then r1 is equal to 13.85. It means r1 variable will having the value 13.85. So this is a fractional value. Sometimes we can also assign the expressional value to this. It means to say that we are having a c variable. To that I have assigned the value as sum of a plus b. Say we are having two variables, say a and b, and to the c variable we have assigned a value that is the sum of the variable a and b. Now a and b can be the variable or they can also be the values here. So this way we can also assign the value to the variable. So this is what called as this is also called as the declaration and initialization. What we have done, we have declared a variable int I and to that we have initialized the value equal to 10. This is what called as a declaration and initialization. So int I is equal to 10. It's not equal to, this is assignment operator is called over here. So it means to say that we have declared a variable with the name of I, and to that we have assigned a value that is equal to 10. Float pi. So we have declared a variable with the data type float and the name of the variable is pi, and to that we have assigned a value 3.14. Same way we have in the another line we have declared a variable ch1, and to that we have assigned the data type as char, and to that value we have assigned q. Okay, the process of giving initial value to the variable is called as the initialization. So what this step we see here, this is what called as the declaration and initialization. So that's all with the declaration of the variables and assigning value to the variable. So how we can use them in the practical, that we will see in the next video. That's all for the now.